Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about something that's, well, kind of like a real-life superpower. It's something that can completely change a person's life, lift up entire communities, and honestly change the world. We're talking about the incredible power of educating girls. Let's dive in.
So just think about that for a second. What if one single person, just one, could kick off a chain reaction that makes everything better for everyone around them? It sounds like something from a comic book, right? But what if I told you it's totally real? And this is the secret. The superpower isn't flying or invisibility. It's knowledge. It's the confidence and all of the opportunities that open up when someone gets to learn. It's what unlocks a person's potential to completely transform their own world. But, okay, before we get to see the superpower in action, we really need to understand the obstacles. Because for millions and millions of girls out there, just getting to school isn't simple at all. There are some huge challenges standing in their way.
Just let that number sink in for a minute. 133 million. That is how many girls around the world are not in school right now. And every single one of those numbers is a real person with hopes and dreams and so much potential who just isn't getting a fair shot.
So why? What's stopping them? Well, it's a mix of some really tough issues. Things like poverty, or being forced to get married when they're still kids. Sometimes it's just living in a place where people don't think it's important for girls to learn. These walls are especially high in places like South Asia and Africa. And, as if that wasn't enough, the pandemic made things even worse, putting millions more girls at risk of never going back to a classroom.
And this right here, this is the long-term result of all those barriers. When girls miss out on school, it impacts their entire lives. I mean, look at this. Globally, women make up a massive 2/3 of all adults who can't read. That imbalance just holds back progress for generations. Okay, so we've seen the challenges, but now for the hopeful part. This is where the superpower really kicks in. Because when a girl does get an education, it doesn't just change her life. It creates this amazing ripple effect. It really does all start right here. Just picture it. One girl sitting at a desk, learning how to read, how to solve a math problem, how to think for herself about the world. This is the starting point for everything. And look, this isn't just some nice idea I'm talking about. It's a proven fact. The experts at the United Nations have seen it happen again and again. An educated woman lifts up everyone around her. So let's talk about that first ripple, money. A girl who gets to finish high school can earn up to 20% more over her lifetime. Now think about that times a million. It's not just about her being able to support herself, it actually helps grow the entire country's economy and fight poverty on a huge scale. And that extra income? It creates the next ripple. An educated woman is way more likely to have a smaller, healthier family and to get married later in life. And here's the crucial part. She invests way more in her own kids' education, starting that positive cycle all over again. It's amazing. This whole thing is such a big deal that it's actually part of a massive global plan from the UN. It's called SDG 5, and the goal is pretty straightforward. Make the world a fairer place for women and girls by 2030. And they know that education is one of the absolute best ways to make that happen. Now, the really great news here is that this isn't just some dream for the future. We are already seeing incredible progress. Change is happening right now, today, and it's absolutely worth celebrating. And you can literally see that progress right here. For secondary school, so like high school, enrollment has jumped from 68% to 76% in just the last few years. That means millions and millions more girls are in class getting the education they deserve. And get this is another huge win. In primary school, we've pretty much reached a balance between boys and girls in almost every country. This just goes to show that when the world really focuses on a problem, we can make real, incredible progress. So how is it all happening? Well, it's through smart, focused action. Big organizations like UNESCO have awesome programs that have helped over 10 million girls. We're seeing more women leaders in education, and they're making schools safer for everyone. And sometimes it's the simple things, like giving out free school supplies or running campaigns against bullying, that can make all the difference. We've definitely come a long way, but the job's not done yet. So let's take a look at what we need to do next to make sure every single girl, everywhere, gets to unlock her superpower. Okay, so there's a pretty clear path forward, and it has 3 main keys. First,
Governments have to put their money where their mouth is and budget more for girls' education. Second, we have to teach digital skills, coding, using the internet safely, because that's where the future is. And third, we need strong laws that protect girls and guarantee their right to be in school. But really, at the end of the day, this comes down to all of us. When we support leaders and policies that fight for equality, we help build on all the progress we've already made. We can help create a world where no girl gets left on the sidelines. We've seen how one girl getting her education can create these incredible ripples of change. So I want to leave you with this question to think about. What's a positive ripple effect that you want to start in your own world? Thanks for joining me.